I was actually at the Newman Center, started here as a freshman at Bradley about almost 30 years ago. Started in 1988 and had an opportunity in my freshman year actually to move into the Newman Center, because at that time the Newman Center was in a period of its history when there was a men's residence hall and a women's residence hall. And so this was the first year that Newman used the current building as a residence hall for men, even before the Newman Center offices moved over to 1116 West College. So I did a number of things over my time at Bradley. So I was very active with helping to serve the evening meals after Sunday Mass. We had usually sub sandwiches after every Mass or pizza after every Mass. I was involved with the Newman Council. Back then we were doing koinonia retreats. I was involved with those as well. And then living in the Newman Center as I did, I was a resident advisor and just was very involved with how this Newman Center operation ran, because I was living here right in the building. It was a neat experience. I would imagine it's akin to going back and maybe visiting a home that you used to live in, because for me, when I was a college student, this really was my home away from home for almost my entire time at Bradley University. And so to come back after 25 years and see the changes that had been done, and then also to meet with many of the students who were here, it was really inspiring to see so much that the vibrancy of this community, of the community at the Newman Center, and that has carried on over what has been really just a quarter of a century of time. You know, my wife and I have talked about this, and we really have an interest in supporting causes that are very close to our heart. And this place is close to our heart, because when we think back about our lives as individuals, we met here at the Newman Center because of our activity here. Our faith was enriched here. Our experience as students in college was enriched here. And as we grew into the people we were as adults, that happened here at this place. And it was no accident that this place had such an impact on our lives, just by the nature of what the Newman community and what the Catholic Student Center at a college or university is meant to be about. And so as we've grown and matured and have a family of our own, we've come to appreciate even more the impact and how our lives would be so very different if we were not part of this community when we were college students and did what we did here at the Newman Center. And so because of that impact, because of that importance, we wanted to give back to the community so young people today can maybe experience something similar to what we experienced. I think there's a connection when you choose to give to whatever cause you may have special in your heart. For us, I think it's been really a pleasure for me to be able to have an opportunity, first of all, to be able to come back in person and meet some of the students, but also to follow the activities of the Newman Center, just as I subscribe to the social media channels and see some of the great work that's going on here. It reminds me, it brings me back to when I was a student here, and so for that reason, it does have a very special connection for us. I live 3 hours away from this Newman Center, and so I encourage people to see for themselves the good work that's going on here. But I've had the chance to do that, and what I've seen are students who are alive in their faith and who very vibrantly are expressing who they are as Catholic Christians and who they are on this campus in terms of their faith life. And it's just so refreshing to see, and it's so much needed today. That's another reason why my wife and I are so interested in this place and the work that's going on here and the service that's provided to students, because we know that these young people who are here, they are the future of the church, and the formation that they're getting here and the experiences they're getting in this Catholic community are just so very important for them as they develop and grow as adult Catholics in their lives after college. I was really struck during my visit last May. I was very fortunate to be able to speak to the seniors who were graduating at the senior night. And after that, there was the regular weeknight evening Mass in the chapel. And I was struck by the number of students who, even after classes had ended, even after exams had ended, they still found their way here to Mass on a weeknight. And it was more than just those seniors I spoke with. It was a much broader community. It was several dozen young people who came to Mass on, I think it was a Thursday night, and prayerfully came into the chapel. And it was a beautiful Mass. And just to see that evidence that they're making those decisions and those choices to be active and to live their faith in that way. And that's so very important. They're not just doing this out of a sense of obligation. They're doing this out of a sense of want to. And that was so visible to me when I was here, not just with the seniors who were so engaged and so excited to graduate, of course, but then with the broader population that came to a weeknight evening mass. It was very, very refreshing for me.